Hi everyone, I'm so happy that you're able to join us today as we're going to be talking about 6 strategies for managing your time when working from home. Everybody struggles with time management. How many times have you said or heard someone say there are not enough hours in the day? We have a full plate at work, a full plate at home, we need time for self-care, and it's already hard. Now you find yourself in a position where not only are work and home competing for your time, but now they're located in the same place. I'm in the same boat. Like everyone, there are so many times I wish for many more hours in a day or a few less things that I need to finish. Similar to most of you, I started working at home somewhat unexpectedly, although not for the current circumstances that we're all in, but still unexpectedly. I was in a position where I already needed to balance my time, and now I had new things I had to consider and figure out. What I'm bringing you today is the voice of experience. I've been working at home for more than 15 years, sometimes working at home full-time every day of the week, sometimes only occasionally a few days a week. What I'm going to share with you today, I've learned over the years in trying to manage my time when I was working from home. What I'm hoping to do is to give you some ideas and suggestions that you can use as is, or that might prompt some new ideas of your own. I think the first thing to do is to start with an understanding of your new situation. My intention is not to paint a bleak picture or to increase anxiety about working from home, but I think it's helpful to understand the new things you need to consider when managing your time now that you're working from home. The first thing is you are at home. There are likely many more things that are happening in your home than what happens in your office, and they're completely different things. The demands on your time will feel like they overlap. Your work is now in your home. You used to be at home in the morning doing all of your home stuff. You could then go to work and do all of your work stuff. At the end of the day, you left work, you went back home to do your home stuff. Now those two things have been intertwined and combined. The next thing is your work tasks may likely have changed. Working from home means different ways of working. You might have new things to do because there's not other people around you. So for example, things that somebody who worked in your office might do that helped you out, maybe they're no longer there to do it and you have to do it yourself. You definitely have more scheduled things. There's less organic things. What I mean by that is we no longer have that opportunity we used to have to bump into someone in the hallway and talk about things, or if we had a quick question or wanted to touch base with someone, being able to just pop our head into someone's cube or knock on someone's office door. So what we're going to have to do now that we're working at home is we're going to have all these other scheduled things like meetings, either with groups or individuals, to make up for those less organic meeting times that we had. More demands means it's more important than ever that we manage our time. So what can you do? What I'd like to try and do today is to give you 6 strategies you can use to make managing your time while working at home a little easier. So let's get started. Number 1, the first thing you can do is go to work every day. Literally, go to work every day. That doesn't mean actually leave your house and go to work, but it does mean keeping a work schedule and going to work at that time, starting your workday at your starting work time. So keep that work schedule, even if your schedule had to change a bit due to changing obligations coming from social distancing and other obligations that may be encroaching on your workday. Make sure that you set a start work time and you start working at that time, and that you set an ending time and you leave your workday. What I mean by physically go to work is that you should designate a workspace in your home and actually go to that space at the start of your workday and leave it at the end of your workday. Even if you don't have a separate office that you can use. Designate some space in your home as a workspace. Determine what your working time is going to be, what your start time and end time is. At your work start time, actually go to your workspace, and at the end of that time, actually leave that workspace, whatever it may be. Number 2 is to set expectations at home. So you should talk to everyone else who's living in your home now that they're going to be living in your workspace. Set expectations with them about what working from home actually means. Working from home doesn't mean that you are going to be readily available and able to stop working to address home things just because you are physically now located in your home. So it's important to remind others in your home that you are working. Tell them what times you're working. Tell them when you're working. Tell them what your workspace is and what your expectations are with them. So I know when my children were little, I would let them know what times I was going to be working, where I was going to be working, and how I expected them to behave during those work times. Just as important as that, though, is to set a time when you're going to take small breaks. For the other people who are in your home to be able to say to them, hey, I'm going to be working for the next hour and a half, but at 10:30, I'm going to stop working for 5 minutes and we can catch up then. I can help you with whatever you need help with. We can chat about whatever you need to chat about, but for the next hour and a half, I need to work, and then I can take 5 or 10 minutes for us to take care of what we need to take care of. Number 3 is to create a balanced schedule for yourself. It's important to have a routine and some type of schedule. So beyond just a set start and end time, you should make a schedule that helps you balance the fact that your work and home are going to be happening at the same time. So, for example, in addition to a starting and ending time for your day, make sure you schedule time for those other breaks that you had while you were in the office. Schedule a time for lunch. Schedule a time to go and take a coffee break and grab some coffee from the kitchen. I find it's helpful for me to schedule a time to take the dog for a walk. It gives me a break. It gives the dog a break. It gives me a way to break apart my day. I also like to schedule time for those home things that are nagging at me. So it can be super distracting when you are working in your home and you have all of this stuff to do. So I might say, at such and such a time, I'm going to take 5 minutes to throw in that load of laundry I've been staring at. It gets it off my mind. It enables me to do it. It helps me to balance those things. By scheduling time to do these things, it can help minimize the distractions and prevent you from wandering off track. If you know you're going to work for 2 hours and then take a 10-minute break to go to the mailbox and then come back and work for 2 hours, it really helps to keep you focused and you will likely get more done. Number 4, create a daily to-do list. You likely see this suggestion many times if you are someone like me who is always searching for suggestions about how to better manage time. So you will see ideas in time management books if you have attended any other time management type seminars. This idea of creating a daily to-do list is, generally speaking, very helpful in managing your time. It's even more important when you are working from home. When working from home, it seems that it is easier for time to get away from you or for the day to stretch out longer. Like I said, that setting that end of workday time is so important, but I find that it is sometimes really challenging to leave at that end of day. With all the extra and different work that you have now that you're working from home, it's also super easy to feel overwhelmed by how much you have to do. If you're anything like me, feeling overwhelmed can sometimes feel paralyzing, meaning I have so much to do, I don't even know where to start, so that prevents me from starting at all. Making a to-do list each day can really help you get a better understanding of what you need to do. It also can help you prioritize your work and minimize those feelings of being overwhelmed. What I like to do is I actually keep a running to-do list. This running to-do list helps me because anytime I think of something I need to do, or I'm in a meeting and something comes up, or something comes up in my home, I can add that to a to-do list. This running to-do list allows me not to forget things, but also to have some place to put these things as they come up so I can get them out of my head. Then, what I do each morning, the first thing I do at my starting work time is I pull out that running to-do list and I look at the things that I feel I need to accomplish for that particular day. So before I start working, I prioritize and identify what are the most important things for today. I then take those things, mark them as my daily to-do list, and I don't worry about anything else on that list until I'm done with those. Number 5 is to use technology to help manage your time. For me personally, nothing feels better than that check mark, making that check mark when a task is completed. I actually like to use online task lists. So, what I will do with the task list is I will typically take my daily to-do list, I will make myself electronic tasks for that, and use an online task list to keep track of what I need to do for the day. You can use these online task tools to assign tasks to yourself. If you are working on projects, online task tools are a great way to use technology to manage tasks of others. So if you are in a position where you are working on something, you need somebody else's help, you can use those same task lists and assign tasks to another person. It will show up on their task list. I would recommend talking to someone before you do that, but I find that a helpful way to manage my time and the times of other people. My calendar reminder then becomes one of my best friends. By using technology to keep track of my tasks and to schedule my tasks in there, is that a reminder can pop up and let me know what I should be doing and when I should be doing it. If you feel like using technology is a bit too impersonal for managing your task list, you might want to consider in some of these programs being able to create your own sound for your task reminder. When my children were younger, I used to use a recording of my youngest son as a reminder for my tasks. It was simply his voice saying, "Mommy, don't forget." Adding a personal touch to those reminders that I was getting through technology. My number 6 suggestion is to use your calendar to schedule work time. So the calendar becomes important to schedule all of your various work activities that you need to do while you're at home. So first and foremost, of course, is meetings, which you'll likely have more of showing up on your calendar. The challenge is, with all these meetings, you sometimes wonder, how am I going to get all of the work done that comes from these new meetings I have? So what I like to do is use my calendar to schedule time to actually get work done. I schedule meetings with myself. When I schedule these meetings with myself, or as you schedule work time on your calendar, be very specific about what you're going to do with that time. So for example, if you need to write a document, let's say, make an appointment on your calendar with yourself to write that document. Then, and most importantly, use that time to actually write the document. I find that using my calendar to schedule my own work time is super helpful in managing my time. First, it blocks out time during my day to actually get my work done, so that I'm not full up on meetings with no time to get anything done. The second thing that it does is it enables me to really concentrate on those things I need to get done. By scheduling the appointment with a specific purpose and only focusing on accomplishing that purpose during that meeting time, it enables me to get more work done throughout the day. So just to recap, the 6 strategies that I recommend for managing your time when working from home is: first, go to work every day. Make sure that you designate a start and end time to your day, and that you designate somewhere in your home where you will go to work and go there. Second, number 2, set expectations at home. Make sure that you set expectations with the others who are living in your home about what it means from working at home, and also tell them when you will be available to them. Number 3, create a balanced schedule for yourself. Make sure that you create some kind of routine or schedule that helps you to balance the work and home stuff. Pretending that you're not having home stuff encroaching in your work environment now is just not realistic. So you're better off creating a balanced schedule that understands that those two things are now occurring in the same place. Number 4, create a daily to-do list. Keeping a daily to-do list can help you get a better understanding of what you need to do, make you not feel so overwhelmed, and quite likely help you to get more things done. Number 5, use technology to manage your time. Use of task lists and reminders is a great way to make sure that you are making the best use of your time and keeping on track with what you need to do. Number 6, use your calendar to schedule your work time. So using your calendar to schedule all activities, not just meetings, will help you make sure that you are getting the things done that you need to get done. Just as importantly, when you're scheduling the time to get your work done, that as you schedule it, you indicate what that work actually is and do that work during the scheduled time will help you manage your time better. I hope you have found this information helpful. Please remember, working from home is different, so managing your time will be different. As you're working from home and as you're looking to manage your time, be willing to try out some new ideas and then share those ideas with others. We are all in this together. This is new for everyone. Time management, working from home or not, is a challenge for everyone. So let's do our best to help each other out with the great ideas of what works for you in hopes that maybe others can use it or build on it. Again, thanks for joining me today.